When a young mechanic finds a newborn in a dustbin, he unknowingly uncovers a buried secret that could bring down the most powerful man in the city and change his own life forever. The sun had barely risen above the tin-roofed houses of Makoko when Dimeji strolled through the littered back streets of his neighborhood. He was headed to his part-time job at the motor garage, headphones in, mind wandering. The chaos of Lagos moved around him, vendors shouting, kiki horns blaring, life pulsing through every street, but he had long learned to move like a ghost through it all. That morning, though, something stopped him cold. A soft cry, weak, muffled. It came from the large dustbin at the side of the road, where piles of trash spilled into the gutters. He paused, yanked his headphones off, and turned his head. The sound came again, a baby's cry. He approached the bin cautiously, heart racing. Pushing aside the plastic covers and bags of rotting food, he froze. There, wrapped tightly in a faded pink blanket, was a baby girl, barely days old, her tiny face scrunched in discomfort. Her dark eyes fluttered open and locked onto his. Dimeji's breath caught in his throat. He looked around, hoping, praying someone else had seen what he just found. But the street had gone eerily quiet. A few heads turned briefly, then looked away. In this city, no one wanted trouble. He knew what he had to do. He picked the baby up, cradling her to his chest. She felt weightless, fragile, like a secret too big for words. He didn't know much about babies, but he knew one thing. You didn't leave a child to die in a trash heap. At the public hospital, the receptionist looked skeptical. You just found her? In a dustbin? Yes, Dimeji insisted. Near my street. I couldn't just walk away. They took the baby in, started running tests. The staff told Dimeji to wait. Hours passed. He paced the tiled hallway until a tired-looking doctor came out. She's healthy, malnourished and cold, but no injuries. You did the right thing bringing her in. Relieved, Dimeji smiled. Can I see her? The doctor nodded, then hesitated. Do you have family? Anyone who can help you with this? Dimeji frowned. No, I live alone. I don't even know her name. The police opened a case. Child abandonment. They questioned Dimeji. They scanned security cameras, asked around, but found no leads. No one had seen anything. It was as if the baby had appeared from thin air. Child welfare services took over. But something strange happened. Every foster home they tried placing her in, something went wrong. One couple was robbed the night they took her in. Another's home caught fire. Yet no harm ever came to the baby herself, just those around her. They nicknamed her Miracle at the hospital. And Dimeji? He couldn't forget her. Her eyes haunted his sleep. He visited when he could, bringing small toys and formula, though he could barely afford his own rent. It didn't make sense. He'd only found her once, but it felt like she belonged to him somehow. Then came the first twist. A month after finding the baby, Dimeji was attacked on his way home. Two masked men pulled him into an alley. You should have left the baby where you found her, one growled, knife glinting in the dark. Dimeji fought back. A struggle, a flash, a scream, then silence. When the police arrived, both men were unconscious. Dimeji had barely a scratch. Who are they? He asked. The police ran the IDs. Both men were part of a notorious child trafficking ring operating across Lagos. But what shook the officers more was the detail they found in one of the men's phones, a picture of the baby. The baby was supposed to be sold, but someone had hidden her. The investigation turned dark. Turns out, the baby was the daughter of a powerful politician and a domestic worker. An affair covered up, a child seen as a liability. Rather than risk a scandal, they ordered the child to be disposed of quietly. But someone in the house, the nanny, couldn't do it. Instead, she placed the child in the dustbin near a busy street, hoping someone kind would find her before the traffickers tracked her down. That kind stranger had been Dimeji. Now the story broke across news networks. Mechanic saves hidden love child of prominent politician. Lagos buzzed with reactions. Protests, calls for investigation. A deepening scandal that rocked the government. Dimeji was offered money to stay silent. He refused. Instead, he took the story public, demanding justice not just for the baby, but for every abandoned child in the system. And the baby? He adopted her. It wasn't easy. Legal battles, public pressure, threats. But the public had fallen in love with the story of the streetwise mechanic who stood up to power. NGOs offered support. A law firm took his case pro bono. They gave her a name together, Zina, meaning hidden treasure. 1 year later, the garage Dimeji worked at now bore a new name, Zina Autos. Donations helped him open a larger shop. He trained orphan teens in mechanical work, giving them jobs and homes. Zina, now toddling, had become a symbol of hope across the city. Dimeji often told their story at schools and shelters. But the final twist came quietly. One day, a woman came to the garage. She wore a plain headscarf, her eyes full of tears. "I'm the nanny," she whispered. "The one who saved Zina that night. I couldn't live with the guilt, but I've watched you from afar. I had to say thank you." Dimeji smiled, heart full. "You're the real hero." She shook her head. "No, she was meant for you. That night, I saw you walking past the gate. I followed you. That's why I chose that bin. Something told me you'd save her." And so he had. What started as a random morning walk changed everything. What he found in the dustbin was more than a baby. It was a life, a story, a second chance for her and for him. Sometimes the world hides its treasures in the most unlikely places.